want to talk to you guys about an issue that's been on my mind lately, okay? I can't get this out of my head. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm talking, of course, about the Rollymon's traffic graph for Apocalypse Rising, which is very special, and I'll explain why. If you look at the daily concurrent players over the past 3 years, you can see that it has been dying. Slowly, gradually, it is getting closer and closer to 0 active players. And you can blame this on a number of reasons. You could say the game's getting boring, the gameplay loop is getting old, the game hasn't been updated in so long, and you would be wrong. You would be wrong if that's what you thought it was, because I know the real reason that this game is dying, and it's because of hackers. That's right. This game is probably the #1 most exploited, most hacked, most cheated in game on the entire Roblox platform and the entire history of the company. Why? I have no fucking clue. There is just something about this game that makes hacking it and ruining people's fun so appealing to script kiddies that it's dying. And it's very sad because I used to have a lot of fun playing this game back in the day with my friends. We would all get on Discord and be in a big group and we would just wreak havoc on servers until inevitably some fucking child, some little kid, some little fucker would load up Synapse and blow up everyone. Just ruining everybody's fun just to be a little shit.
And my PPSH just got stolen from my inventory.
It's sad. It's very sad. However, if you look right here, right at this little spot right here, you'll notice very briefly for maybe a week or two, there was a spike in traffic for this game, which I think can be directly attributed to Roblox implementing a new anti-cheat. But first, I want to give props to the sponsor of this video, War Thunder, which is a free-to-play military action game with over 2,000 historically accurate land, sea, and air vehicles spanning an entire century. Players fight in maps from around the globe, combining different types of vehicles in battle with graphics and sound effects that are true to life. I've been a player of War Thunder since August of last year, so believe me when I say there's not a single Roblox game that comes close to what War Thunder has to offer. The catalog of vehicles spans 10 different nations, fully customizable with component upgrades, crew members, and cosmetics. The developers are constantly adding heaps of new content and graphical improvements, like the recent La Royale update, which added an entire fleet of French naval units, new gameplay mechanics, and the famous BTR-80 armored personnel carrier, just to name a few things. With new content constantly being added, even veteran players have something to come back to. If you download War Thunder from the link below as a new player, or you're returning after 6 months, you'll receive 100,000 Silver Lions, a week of renting legendary German ground units, 3 permanent premium vehicles, XP boosts, a week of premium, and more. Check out the link below and enjoy the rest of the video. Cheating has been a problem on Roblox since the very beginning. I remember back in 2008 when I first joined Roblox a million years ago, downloading Cheat Engine, joining Tycoon games, and modifying my money to be 999,999,999. These were the good old days when really the worst thing a cheater would typically do is give themselves infinite money. And sometimes if you were nice to them, they would give you infinite money as well. But over time, as Roblox tried and failed to patch Cheat Engine, people started working on new ways to cheat, involving injecting DLLs and eventually injecting scripts. Now, script injection on Roblox is a very, very powerful tool. If you have the ability to inject a script into a Roblox game, you more or less have the same powers as the developer of the game itself. This means you can do anything. If you know how to program and you know how to inject scripts into a Roblox game, you basically become a god. I have a friend who is very good at this. He was like a wizard. He was like Merlin, being able to concoct these spells out of just lines of text. Yeah, honestly, that's what I would compare it to. He's like a wizard casting spells. He's like Shadow Wizard Money Game. Just anything he wanted to do, he could do. And because he was so good at programming, not only could he take scripts that other people wrote, but he can make his own. A lot of people were really, really good at making programs to be injected in the Roblox games. There was a script on Roblox called the van script. I don't know how many of you know what the van script is, but basically you join a game, you load in your script, and it gives you a little menu where you put in someone's username and then you click a button, and a van will appear out of nowhere, drive up to them. It says free candy on the side. It'll open its door, a clown will pull this person's avatar in, and then the door will close and the van will drive away. Some variants of this actually had the van drive a short distance and it would throw the player's corpse out the door and then drive off. There was a script that people would use called a RIP script. And this is where stuff really got bad, okay? When Roblox realized they had an issue that they had to solve, the RIP script is exactly what it sounds like. And people were not only doing this, but they were sharing the methods that they used to do this with other people. It got to the point where when the admins of Roblox were trying to do live streams to audiences of thousands of children, people were joining their games and ripping them live on air on Roblox. That's really when they started to take notice. Oh, and there was a news article that came out where a furious mother of a young girl was complaining that her daughter had joined a family-friendly Roblox game only for her avatar to be gang raped on Roblox. It was a very bad look. If I were to guess, I would say Roblox was not very happy about that. You can't do this type of stuff in most other games. You can't just like pull up in Fortnite and pull people into a van. You can't be playing fucking Battlefield 2048 and start raping someone. You know what I mean? Not everyone used exploits for evil. Some people actually use this stuff for good. There is a guy on YouTube named Citizen with hundreds of thousands of subscribers who got famous for going into condo games and using what's called the grab knife script. And the grab knife script lets you grab a player, hold a knife to their throat, and then slit their jugular before throwing them on the ground for them to bleed to death. He went to Club Iris, which is like an online dater paradise, and he spawned in a construction vehicle and he used it to physically rip apart the map. He had like a virus script where he would cough on people and they would turn pale like they had tuberculosis, and then they would go around and cough on other people. He had a script where he would pull out a katana and like stab people through the heart with it. He had one that would turn him into like a Dragon Ball Z character and he would fly around and fucking atomize people with these like disintegration spells and stuff. What Roblox did was they made one of the most drastic changes to the way that their website and their platform worked by making every single game on the platform have what's called filtering enabled. By turning all of these games over to filtering enabled, Roblox made it so hacking, for the most part, stopped working. The problem was people started to figure out that a lot of games gave people permission to do stuff that could be exploited. There were filtering enabled exploits that would actually take pieces of the map and rearrange them to create things like weapons or monsters or special abilities. There were some people who created free models that had scripts hidden within them that could only be activated using hacks. And these are called backdoors. Paris Hilton, the celebrity, came out with a sponsored event on Roblox called Paris World.
Welcome to Fashion Week. We are live inside beautiful Paris World here in Roblox for the first annual Paris World Fashion Show.
They used a lot of free models that had backdoors installed in them, which allowed people to do some not very nice things, like spawn in flags from Germany. Not this German flag, the German flag from the 1940s. They also disabled the chat filter so they could say whatever they wanted. I think one guy even found out how to nuke the entire server. The hacking got to be such a problem that within hours of releasing the game, Roblox shut down the place, they content deleted the description, and it didn't go back up until months later when they tried to get rid of all the backdoors. I feel like this was really the last straw for Roblox, because less than a year later, they announced that they were purchasing a company called Byfron for $11.6 million. So Roblox was really invested in removing hackers. Not just stopping people from hacking, but actually banning people, and it worked. People that were cheating were caught, they were banned, and their programs didn't work anymore, which is why Apocalypse Rising has a spike right here. However, it is a spike because the Microsoft Store version, as well as their mobile versions of Roblox, didn't have this feature. And so all people had to do was, instead of loading up normal Roblox, they just load up the Windows Store version, or they use an emulator to load up the mobile version. Basically, all of the hard work, all the $11.6 million that they spent was completely put to waste. I have friends that joined APOC really recently, and really nothing's changed.
Let's take a look.
Sometimes you'll encounter a server that's so broken guns don't even work. I have a video on my channel of me playing a server, and then suddenly all of the guns in the game just broke.
Did guns break?
Yeah.
Using their godlike powers, they broke the engine to the point where the laws of thermodynamics don't work anymore, and gunpowder won't ignite. And the only people who could kill were people with melee weapons, and so I found a group of 3 people. Only one of them had a sword, and the other 2 were basically empty-handed. I was chasing him around like an axe murderer, like I was the fucking guy from The Shining. And then I was like chopping this guy's arm off through the window. Someone made fan art of this scene and it's beautiful. I'm like, my axe is like breaking through the window of his car. You're next. You're next. And you see like his dead teammates in the background.
You're next.